He hears our second reading from the book of Luke, chapter 7, verse 18 to 23.
Again in Jesus' hands. Love you all. Yours, Alex. Thank you.
Naye Mungu akamwelezea Ayubu yale ambayo anaweza kufanya. Ayubu alipoelezewa akakumbushwa uwezo wa Mungu, he felt very government get to the root of it. The reports may take long.
We thank you for the life of your children who have passed on. Thank you for the gift they were at their family.
I don't think John the Baptist didn't know Jesus because he had baptized him. And when he had seen him coming.
Kirago, born on 29th September 2010, joined our school on January 2018, joined the school on January 2016, and succumbed on the same day. Michael Ndongo Mureithi.
I'm your friend. I am Emmanuel, meaning God with us.
God our Father, we ask for your mercy and grace for the departed, as they pass from this life into eternity. Bring them into your loving arms and grant them peace and rest. We also pray
health is wealth. He lost it. And then he lost it.
I represented here. We have the Presbyterian Church, we have the Victor's Chapel, we have the New Lake Church, we have the PM, the senior clergy, please, let's be upstanding.
Because she at one point wished to be a widow.
Condolence message of His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, to the families who lost their young ones in the Hillside Edarasha Academy fire tragedy. We are pained by the loss of young lives in the Hillside Edarasha Academy fire tragedy. Success, Timothy Wamai, Emmanuel Minor, Kelvin, Samvin, Travis, Ferdinand, Kent, Timothy, Weru, John Komu, Lewis Machira, Roy Braddon, Roy Victor, Michael, Lewis Wairagu, John Monga, Collins, Bernard, Robinson, Emmanuel Kiragu, and Ernest were hard-working and with a promising future. As investigations continue, we commit to support the families affected by the horrific accident. We also call upon for strict compliance with boarding regulations to prevent the recurrence of such tragedies. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of and the Hillside Edarasha Academy fraternity. May we be comforted by the word of the Lord in the book of Psalm 34, verse 18. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Rest in peace, Poleni Sana. Signed, William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya.
My dear ones, my friends, for those who come from Kenya and beyond, take my best wishes and my condolences as you enter your loved ones today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. For where I can be able to attend, please allow me to attend maybe once per day, if not twice. I wish you all my best.
Excellency, we are gathered here today with a deep sense of loss. At the very outset, I wish on my own behalf and on behalf of the Ministry of Education to convey my heartfelt condolences to the parents, families, friends, and relatives of the 21 young souls whose lives were prematurely cut short by the tragic fire incident on the night of the 5th of September 2024. Permit me, Your Excellency, to read out the names of the departed souls who are our pupils. Number 1, Ernest Ngaruya Mwangi, Emmanuel Gashoroyo Kiragu, Lewis Wairagu Maina, Michael Ndungu Murithi, John Mungu Githichi, Bernard Warutere Kuria, Robinson Thehuri Kamida, Collins Murithi Washira, Roy Victor Mturi, John Com Njuguna, Samvin Mnene Maina, Timothy Weru Gadhogo, Kent Mungai Mwangi, Ferdinand Karioki Washira, Kelvin Kabogo Njogu, Travis John Karioki Munyeki, Roy Brandon Mugo Gikonyo, Lewis Mashira Gaku, Timothy Wamai Githinji, Emmanuel Maina Githinji, Success Kingori Wanjao. I have read these names because I want each one of us to know that they are not just numbers and that they are not going to be part of just statistics. That is why I have read their names, because we need to remember their names. The devastating aftermath of the unfortunate incident threw the entire nation into shock and grief. It has caused all of us great pain and sorrow, especially as parents. This has certainly been a particularly difficult and trying moment for the immediate families of the deceased children. Your Excellency, whenever we send our children to school, we do so in the hope and belief that we are preparing them for a healthy and promising future. We do not expect or even imagine that harm would befall them in the school environment. When tragic incidents such as this happen, our hearts are broken and we are left with much pain and regret. As the government, both at the national and county levels, we've made efforts to provide various support to the affected families. Other players, including governmental organizations, have also been very supportive. We will continue to give support as you send off your loved ones. We are acutely aware that this cannot wipe away your tears or take away the unimaginable pain of losing a loved one, especially at such a tender age, when they were full of promise. In this difficult moment, I wish to encourage the bereaved families, and with a word from the book of Psalms 147, verse 3, and it says, God heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. I pray that as you go through this hard and trying time, that the Lord will give you the strength to endure, and that he will heal your hearts and bind your wounds. Only he can heal your hearts and grant you true comfort. Your Excellency, the loss of these young lives is not going to be in vain. As a ministry, we have made the decision that this has to be the turning point. Our schools must be safe havens for nurturing the potential of our children. Parents and guardians should not live with anxiety over the safety and security of their children in school. The children themselves must not live with concerns about their safety and security in the school environment. We are keen to establish the cause of the tragedy that cost these young lives. The Directorate of Criminal Investigation is leading in this process. And we, as a ministry, are also carrying out an audit to establish if there was any omission on the part of our officers. I want to give the assurance, Your Excellency, that we will hold to account anybody found culpable for this incident. Your Excellency, we have also commissioned a nationwide audit of all public and private boarding schools to determine the level of compliance with the school safety manual that is being established. We will take firm action to ensure compliance with the requirements of the manual. We will also take firm action to sanction those who have failed to ensure compliance with the manual. We want in the long run to guarantee the confidence of parents, guardians and learners, and indeed all stakeholders that our schools are not danger zones. Your Excellency, as I conclude, I wish to thank all those who have supported the families of the victims since the tragedy happens. There has been an outpouring of support starting from the highest levels of government, led by His Excellency the President and Your Excellency the Deputy President. My colleagues in the Ministry of Interior, National Administration, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of East Africa have rendered dedicated support as well. The county government of Nyeri, led by His Excellency Governor Mutahi Kahiga, has been of immense support. May I also thank all other players, the Red Cross, such as the emergency groups led by the Red Cross and the Clergy, for the support and assistance that they have provided since the night of the tragedy. I urge all of us to sustain this sense of community and solidarity as we navigate this tragedy. Poleni sana na Mungu awafariji. Your Excellency, may I now invite you to make your remarks and
may the Lord give you comfort. It is difficult. We cannot pretend to tell you that it is easy. As the moderator said in his sermon, if it were possible, much as none of us welcomes death, but if it were possible, it's much better for parents to be buried by their children as opposed to parents burying their children. These young souls, innocent young boys, our heart cries for them. When you look at them, they are innocents. They are no more. So sisi kama serikali, wazazi tunasema pole. Kwa watu ya Nyeri tunasema pole. And Governor, RC and your teams, you people have been wonderful. Ile kazi mumefanya, Mungu atabariki nyinyi. I want to really thank the people of Nyeri for the unity they have shown in the last 3 weeks juu ya hawa watoto wetu. And mimi nasitikika sana. And the Ministry of Education, as the President directed, do whatever you can on matters safety. Former Vice President, the people of the mountain are very good people. They are very trusting. And they are very kind. And they are very loving. They return love with love. They return kindness with kindness. They are very forgiving, but they don't forget. I appeal to everybody to treat the people of the mountain with kindness, because it's the right thing to do. These people who are there, they are there today, they will be there tomorrow.